everybody. Merry Christmas. Hope you have if you had a Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah, whatever you guys are doing. Hope it's a good one. And I had time over this holiday weekend to thoroughly test out the Smok spirals. So basically, I went on my vapor store. I gave them $23.95, and I said, "Would you please pound my mouth with flavor like this thing promises?" And what I did was, it comes with a 0.6, a 0.3, and a rebuildable tank atomizer. Comes with the 0.55 pre-installed Clapton coil. I'm going to do all three of those, but I took out the 0.6, only goes 18 to 35 watts. I wanted a little bit more wattage to try this thing out. I grabbed the 0.3. I've been vaping, and it's funny, it goes 20 to 45, but I've been vaping it at 33.5 to 35. And does it pound your palate with flavor? I threw in the Trouble Bubble, because I really like that one from Fuggin'. I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed with how much flavor this little guy puts out. It's a nice little 33.5 watt vape. The airflow is tight. It's not open. I've been doing nothing but these Cloud Monster tanks, and this is a nice switch up. The coils itself have 8 wicking holes. It's Japanese cotton. It's dual core coils, Kanthal wire inside. You got a 4 adjustable air slot hole, removable 510 drip tip top fill. You got 4 little teeny weeny air holes on the bottom. When I do the unboxing at the end, I'll show you up close, give you a look at everything, how to fill and take it apart and all that BS. Stainless steel construction, 510 threads. And this is where some people kind of get the fuck you bug. You know, it's a 2.0 mil tank. It's not meant to be big. Because as much as I vape this, I'm not filling it up that fast where it's a major concern. But you know how these companies are. It's a 2.0 mil. And I guarantee you, if they made a mistake on the thing, which they've done on a few of them on the packaging, they'll make the mistake and put like a 0.35 or 0.20 or 2.0 or 3.5 or 4 capacity, making that mistake of letting us know that they're gonna hit you with that 2 mil one and you're really gonna like it, and they hope you really like it, because when they come out with the 4 and you're tired of refilling it, you know. So I'm expecting a 4 to come out, because this seems like something everybody's talking about right now, this little guy. So I got to buy him early and get him out for review, just so you guys know what you're getting into. As long as you guys don't mind refilling, you know, which hasn't been awful, you know, then it's been a good tank. The flavor, it's really pounded me every time. No dry hits, no leaks, no nothing. Pounded the ever-living shit out of you with flavor. It's also a 22 millimeter tank, and I fucking hate the measurements. It's 1 5/16 long. Can we just say, for argument's sake, 2 inches? Is that that fucking little piece of an inch going to actually do anything? You know, and 7/8 wide. You know, 7/8 is important, but come on, 1 15/16? I'm going to bitch about that to the end of fucking time. So the Trouble Bubble is an 80-20 juice. So I'm obviously going to get a little bigger clouds. If some of you guys are, you know, mouth longers are switching to this, they're doing a, you know, 60-40 juice or even a 50-50. Your clouds are not going to boom this much. I use cloudy juice. And I think it also comes in, I got it written down, blue, silver, gold, green, and black. So what I'm going to do is, instead of talking this thing to death, it's a good flavor tank. I'm going to throw in the 0.6 Kanthal coil. This one is supposed to be a 0.3. It's reading a 0.29 on my lovely little Pico, which is perfect for this thing. So hold on one sec, fellas. Okay, so I slapped in the 0.6, 18 to 35 watts. Recommended best, 28. So I think I actually nailed that one. I let it sit. I let it soak it up. I worked it up from about 18 to the 28. And 28 seems to be a pretty good sweet spot for it. It's not a bad vape. It feels the coil feels itself a touch tighter, obviously, than the 0.3, but you're getting the flavor is identical on both coils. I'm not noticing any reduction in the bubblegummy flavor goodness of this. Just a touch tighter. Obviously, if you do these big smoky tanks and you go down to one of these just to try, you're going to be able to rip a ridiculous cloud for a tank this size just because you know, it's really nothing. I gotta say, they nailed the flavor part of it, you know, so this one is, so far it's a pretty easy home run for them. You know, they're looking to, you know, you can't just be all about them big ass clouds. Sometimes you just gotta go back to basics. But overall, it's an excellent flavor tank. I put it up there with the better flavor tanks, you know, this, to me, I would put this a little above a Cleto. You know, a little bit. I think this, to me, it just tastes better than a Cleto. It's got a, I don't know if they're using, like I say, it always comes down to these coils. Is if you use cheap cotton in your pre-builds, you're not gonna get, you know, experience a great flavor. I think they actually put a decent, like Smok usually does. They put a good cotton in their pre-builds, and you get a good product. So now what I want to do is, so thumbs up on both coils. I'm going to throw in the pre-installed. I'm going to wick it up, set it up, and slap it in just to see how that works on this tank. Okay, so did Smok go 3 for 3 with the 0.6 to 0.3 and the rebuildable? Absolutely. I actually, this is a very good rebuildable deck. Good airflow deck. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to actually unbox it at the end of the video. But I'm getting great flavor, great clouds. The cotton I use is really good Japanese cotton, so I'm not really worried about the flavor, but it vapes pretty well. It's supposed to read a 0.55. It's reading a 0.53. And I'm vaping it at a hearty 25 watts. You don't really need much to power this up. It's doing a pretty awesome fucking job at 25. Now, I was chain vaping it a little while ago. Holds up pretty good. No complaints. So, 3 for 3. I just want to unbox it, and then I'll, hit you off with my final thoughts on this little guy. Alright, fellas, so quick breakdown. You got the Spirals tank, big turbo, big love. I don't even know what that means, but there's your scratch and check and all your doodly-doos. You guys know how much I love these unboxings. So this is what the 24 bucks got me at my vapor store. So you're gonna get your replacement glass, your point. I got the 0.6 back pre. That's the one that comes pre-installed. You got your 0.6 and you got your rebuildable down there. And let us see what they got below the deck. Of course, you got your instructions, a past quality assurance, and a big ass bag of O-rings and a screwdriver, which is nice. Some of them are cheap. You spend like 30 bucks on a tank, they don't give you that little screwdriver. Does it mean anything? No, but it's the thought that counts. So, I'll just give you a quick breakdown of the tank itself. I mean, it's pretty simple. Got your, if you want to take your 510 off, your fill hole is in the middle. It's not the whole ring on the outside. So, you can see that in there. And they leave it nice and wide, your adjustable airflow. Oh, there you go. Wide open. That's as wide. It doesn't look wide open, but you get a respectable amount of airflow out of it. There's your coil. Your glass will pop right off, and you can take out your coil. And I want to show you the coils. This is the most interesting part of this thing, because this is what I like. Look at how thick the sidewall is with cotton. It is incredibly thick. The whole thing. That's as thick as I've seen on a lot of tanks. And hopefully I've put about maybe eight, probably 8 tanks of juice through the, or more, through the 0.6. So, the 0.3. So, you can see, it's got all its smoky goodness. It's literature on there. You can, there you go. Boy, that out just so you can see it. Not important, but they do label everything with their best and with their, what they recommend and with their supported wattage range. And this is the little rebuildable section. It's nothing you guys haven't seen before. it's a single deck coil. You know, you got your in there. You just make sure when you do it, you dump enough cotton in there so the wick hole can properly saturate itself. Which I haven't had a problem with. I've been vaping. You know, I chain vaped this before. I pulled it out and put it in the tank, and not one little problem. So let's just put this back together. I want to get the got it. Almost dropped that thing. The the .3 I'm throwing back in. I'll bring that to work tomorrow. Some bubblegum juice. But it's a very nice tank. Nice nice coils. They did a good job on the coils, and you know, I mean, I really haven't had. This is one of those ones where it's like there's no real drawback. It is what it is. You could say, you know, the wattage is too low, but it wasn't made to be a high wattage tank. For what it is, I think you can't really nail it out of the ballpark any better. So, and I'll give you my final thoughts, just like Jerry Springer, in a second. Alright, so obviously I don't really need to sum up too much. It gets 2 big fucking thumbs up. It jizzes flavor in your mouth. It doesn't leak. It doesn't dry hit. The construction is quite sturdy. It's a normal looking tank. It's nothing special, you know. It's not going to win any award for design, but who gives a fuck about design? This thing kicked flavor, you know, as it was supposed to. I didn't actually expect it to be this good. Everybody was talking about how good it was. I'm like, it can't be that good. I just figured, I'm like, everybody's Smok checks must have cleared in their bank account and they're all raving about this thing. But awesome little tank. So, you know, I give it 2 thumbs up. Anybody that's looking to chase the flavor over there is, I think they're going to be very happy with this thing. I tried doing a little mouth to lung with it because it was so low. It doesn't work. It's too much air. But, you know, you can't use it as a mouth to lung. I can't use it as a mouth to lung tank, but maybe some of you guys out there can. But overall, nice low wattage vape. Highly recommended to the flavor chasing community. So, you know, as always, you know, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You know, my big head will be down there, and if you want to push that button, I appreciate the subscriptions. Thanks to all the new subscribers that have popped on the last couple of days, and if I don't see you guys before the New Year's, have a good one, and I'll try to get to you before then, but take it easy.